Hello, carpet cleaning world. This is Roger Lloyd, your administrator. And today, this is the beginning of Carpet Cleaners Unite. What this is about is yesterday, I was over in Cleaners Connect, which is another Facebook group, of course. Most of the members here are members there. And I spoke up for Courtney Lee because some of the older gentlemen in the industry felt as though what made him qualified to be able to teach. And then even worse was an insult. Why should he get paid for it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I've been in this industry for 29 years. So I'm the authority, if anyone is, that should be able to speak on that. Courtney Lee is one of many that is doing something that's changing this industry. This young man on the other side of me right here is named Rennie Fennell. I don't know if you know him, but not enough of you know him. He has another Facebook group that is growing called the Black Cleaners / Restores Facebook group. And Rennie Fennell is the administrator of that, as well as Courtney Lee and Chad Chandler Thompson and Chad Mays are the administrators of Cleaners Connect. And then me and Dion Winston are the administrators of the carpet cleaning world. This is the beginning, as the title says, of Carpet Cleaners Unite. You know why? Because for years, the IICRC has been the only regulation for the carpet cleaning industry. And they've had their time. And they're still around, but they've got weaker than stronger over the years. Because this is a new time. This is our time. This is new technology, our technology. So now we have Carpet Cleaners Unite, starting with the carpet cleaning world, Cleaners Connect, and now I just would like to introduce Rennie Fennell from Black Cleaners and Restores, who is joining our journey. Rennie.
Hey, how are you doing today, sir?
Thank you. Very well. Tell us how you got started and what made you start the group. Tell us about yourself.
Well, let's see. Well, you could start with I've been in the cleaning industry for about 10 years now. Before that, I was actually in the pest control industry. My father had his own pest control company up in Boston, Massachusetts for 25 years. Wow. And when I would go to a lot of the customers, most of the times you'll see that anytime you have a pest problem, it was either structural problem that was the cause or a sanitary problem, which was the cause. So, but as a pest control person, we're only there to apply pesticides and write down recommendations. So another family member, my brother, who was a part of, the family business said, hey, well, we can make a lot more money if we go in there and solve the problem by doing the cleaning and also doing the repairs. So he did more of the construction stuff and I started doing a little bit more of the cleaning stuff. And then I moved down here to Atlanta. I worked with Terminix for a little bit and I saw the same issues. And then a girlfriend of mine, she was actually working for a popular hotel down here. And she was making good money. And then she started working for Molly Maids down here. And she started making just minimum wage there. And I was saying, well, shoot, why don't you just start your own company? You already know how to do everything. And so what I did was I just set up, our own company, Purple Ribbon Cleaning Service, in which she could start doing her cleaning. And also I got into the restorers. It was funny. Now, this is funny. The BP oil spill happened. And I ended up leaving to go be a part of the BP oil spill and doing the cleanup down there, hazardous waste cleanup. And I just saw that it was a hidden gem. There was a lot of people down there making big money. And so I started asking the people, well, how do you get into something like this? And then one of the managers said, well, you live in Atlanta, so there's really not that much oil refineries or rigs down there, but you can do the restorer part of it, which is water damage, storm damage, and stuff like that. There's good money in that. And so that's what I did. I actually took a class in water damage restoration, got my certification with the IICRC, and then I started working in that field. And I did do a little bit of storm chasing. I did do Hurricane Isaac. I did do Hurricane Irma. And I did start seeing what was going on, which was a pattern. Was I would go there and I would probably be the only Black person on the group. Or if I go there, I would see a lot of us being paid minimum wage as either labor ready temps, or I would see that there wasn't any Black companies there. So in knowing history, because, my family, they came from Georgia up to Boston, and how they was able to start their or get money was they started as cleaners, cleaning all of the mansions up in Boston and the affluent areas. And they was able to buy their houses in a couple of stores in which they was able to open up their own businesses. But it all started from them cleaning. So with me knowing all of this, I was saying, hey, well, if we were in the cleaning industry and dominating the cleaning industry back in the 50s and the 60s, what happened to that? And so I just started inquiring. I started going into a lot of these, Facebook groups, and you would see 10,000, 5,000 members. And I would start asking, okay, well, where are all of the Black cleaners at? And what would happen is I would get jumped on by, a lot of the white cleaners. We're all cleaners. There is no, race in this. And I'm saying, okay, well, I understand all of that. We're all cleaners, but this isn't a racial thing. This is a tribal thing. I'm just trying to see who I can relate to. Cause I can relate to someone who comes from my neighborhood versus someone who comes in from your neighborhood. Cause when I ask questions, it might be a, just coming from something that I can relate to. And they would still just jump on me. And then, one person said, hey, if you don't like what's going on, why don't you just start your own group? So I just said, hey, you're right. Why don't I just do that? And that's what I did.
I'm very proud of you. Me also being an African American, I can understand what you're saying. Imagine this. Imagine 20 some years ago, maybe 25 now, when you didn't have social media. You barely had internet. You might have some AOL dial-up, and you couldn't reach out. And then you would go to the only places that we could unify, which would be John Don's Give Back or Celebration Days or whatever. And you had to also the Interlink Supplies classes or whatever that they have going on there. And, you would sit there. This was the only way we could unite. And like you just said, you've seen so many different faces and creeds and things like that. And it really didn't matter what face or creed it was, but you couldn't go up as a new cleaner and say, hey, my name is Rennie or my name is Roger. And could you tell me what kind of truck mount is that? Or what type of wand do you use? Or what type of cleaning agents best get out coffee stains, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, as a young man, 25 to 30, almost 30 years ago, like they looked at me and like, oh, you got to learn, you got to test and try. You just got to ask somebody. Well, I am asking somebody. I'm asking you, isn't this what this event is all about, to so-called bring us together? Aren't you the IICRC guys that have so much education and so much knowledge? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I ain't learned nothing from them guys. So that pushed me out there to just have to tackle and learn myself. Then we had guys in the marketing end like Joe Polish and Howard Partridge, but you had to have about $1,200 just to talk to these guys. I didn't have $1,200. I was a young African black man that worked at had a little 9 to 5. You know, I told my girlfriend at the time I own a big carpet cleaning business. She like, yeah, I hear you, honey. Go out there and hand out some flyers and try to get us $50 this weekend extra and clean somebody's whole house or whatever the situation was. No. So now, needless to say, we're up in 2019. We have Carpet Cleaning World. We have Cleaners Connect, and we have the Black Cleaners and Restorers group now that is just willing to offer free help, free knowledge, free education. And so if you decided to, title yours Black Cleaners / Restorers, that's fine. Because I still know that you have white guys and other guys in your group too. I've looked at some of your members on your list. So that's why we're starting this called Carpet Cleaners Unite, because it's not about the IIC certifications anymore that's going to differentiate you in 2019 and moving forward. It's going to, now it's not the same no more. You can go right on Facebook for free and just say, hey guys, I got a coffee stain that I can't get out of my client's carpet. With you, Black Cleaners and Restorers, you can be like, hey guys, I got a portable. I got a truck mount. This lady that I've been cleaning for the last 6 months just said she had a flood in her basement. Now I know I can vacuum it up, but guys, what else do I need? Help me. And now you want to jump right in there and say, hey man, well, you got to get some microban. You got to get this. You got you got to be kidding me right now. You telling me that the IICRC can even attempt to compare what we have in Carpet Cleaners Unite? Because whether they come in Carpet Cleaning World and ask that question, you're a member here, so you can answer it here. Whether they ask you that in Cleaners Connect, you're a member there, so you can answer it there. And if they come in the Black Cleaners Restorers group, they can answer it there. They don't have to go to, I'm not going to mention no other names. They don't have to go to some of these big sites and pay $5,000 to take a class or something like that. They're going to tell you need to take a class. Listen, I'm going to be honest. It's just you and I in this video. Look, if somebody called you today, Rennie, if I called you today and I said, Rennie, man, I got Miss Johnson. She just called me. Her basement's flooded out. I got a truck mount. I got a portable, so I know I can suck it up. What else do I need? I do not want to hear from you. I'm just speaking frank now. Oh, well, I can tell you how to get started, but what you really need to do, you need to take a John Donne class. What you need to do, you need to take a Interlink class. No, you're telling me that I got to put out another $2,000 to $5,000 while Miss Johnson is telling me right now how I can go out and I can buy some microban. I can buy some of this. I can buy some of that, maybe for $100 or whatever worth of cleaning agents. I might need, I don't know, some fans or something that right now I can rent from Home Depot. You charge this lady $800, $1,000. You put out maybe $200 for everything you need, and you made an $800 come up. All because they came to what's now the beginning of Carpet Cleaners Unite. They can go to any of these three groups, and we're not going to tell you how you got to spend a ton of money when you need some information right now. And let me tell you something, Miss Johnson, she's not going to ask you, wait, whoa. Can I see your IIC certified certificate? that you spent $250 and took a class that you probably was asleep the whole first day on. And as long as you pay $236 between you and I, you got a certificate. I know guys that can't even spell certificate that got a certificate from that. Hey, I'm not even going to go there because see, now I'm going to get sticks and knives thrown at me. Hey, that's not true, man. Yes, it is. He came to me and said, look, Roger, I got my certificate. I said, oh, my God. I said, you paid $236? I paid $236. You got a certificate. Well, now you don't have to do that. Rennie, talk to us, man. Tell us about you said your fiance or wife, she owns a cleaning or she does the restore. Tell us what she does.
Well, yeah, she does the house cleaning, residential and commercial portion of it. And I'm the one who handles all of the heavy tools. So I'm the one who does all of the carpet cleaning, any type of floor care, and also any type of emergency stuff. So I am IICRC certified. I did go down to the cleaners coach, Mr. Deloach, a cool brother, and he did, show me a little bit about the industry and stuff like that. So, I'll just say this. I mean, all the IICRC certification does is it's just how to pass a test, because you still need all of that hands-on.
Right.
Because once you pass the test, okay, you have the certification, but you still got to be able to know the hands-on, and you only get the hands-on with OJT.
Right. On-job training. Right. And let me ask you this. Can you call that IIC certified instructor while you doing on-job training and say, hey, I'm on job right now. Can you walk me through how to do this right now? Is he actually going to take time out of his schedule and sit there and walk you through what you need to do, opposed to you going into your very own group asking someone the very same question?
Well, if it's a big job, yeah. But I mean, if it's just something simple, he's too busy to be answering simple questions.
Right. Right. Yeah. So once again, what I'm just trying to get at is so important that we have these groups that we feel comfortable in, that we can join and ask questions, and we don't feel like we have to be ran around a mulberry bush to have a big job, or to be told we have to take an IICRC course when our client doesn't care, nor are they going to ask us, do we have that needs our service right now?
Gotcha.
I mean, do you agree with that?
Definitely.
I mean, because you seem like a very, very intelligent man. You started this group. Most of us that started groups is because we either wanted to help the industry or gain knowledge for ourselves that we didn't feel we could get other places. Your fiance there, she runs the house cleaning in. How many IIC certificates does she have?
She got one. She has carpet cleaning, actually.
Okay, but she does house cleaning. How many house cleaning certificates does she have?
She doesn't have any.
Oh. And she would you say she has regular clients with her house cleaning?
Oh yeah.
Oh. How much schooling did she go to get those regular clients, to keep those regular clients? How much schooling did she go through to learn house cleaning?
That was all experience. She worked at hotels, and then she worked, at Molly Maid. So.
Oh, okay. So once again, on-job training. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, good brother. Do you think, since you have the certifications and the knowledge, and you own 3 businesses in the cleaning industry, you have a house cleaning business, you have a carpet cleaning business, and you have a restoration business, is it necessary for you to go to these classes, to pay for these classes to run all 3 of your businesses? Would they fail if you did not go to the classes?
Well, I'll say this. Everybody's different because everybody learns differently. Because I worked with a guy, now check this out. Now, this guy is in special ed.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Never took a class. And he's been in the cleaning industry for 29 years. So
Same as me.
exactly. And he owns his own carpet cleaning company, and it's making six figures right now.
Okay. Okay.
So, but on the flip side of that, I have a guy who has 14 certifications from IICRC, and he's making, $1 million too, or more based on it. So really what it boils down to is how you learn. But also the guy who's making six figures, he was able to go work for a couple of major industries and get that OJT. And he was able to get the chance to go because somebody actually took a liking to him. What happened with me when I first got into the restoring industry, because as I told you, after the BP oil spill, somebody told me about it. So I did call a restoration company and asked them if they was hiring. They said, "Do you have your certification?" I said, "No." They said, "Okay, well, go fill out this application and, we'll give you a call." I filled out the application, and as soon as I left, they put my application in the circular file. Okay, so when I went to go take the IICRC certification, I got my card saying that I was a certified water restorer. I went back to the same place, asked them if they was hiring. They said, "Do you have your certification?" I don't even think they remembered me. So I was like, "Yeah, I got my certification." Oh, they said, "Okay, just get on the truck. We'll give you a chance." So that's what happens when you do have the certification. It allows you to be able to get into some of these, industry as an employee. But I mean, if you're going to own your own business, then really all you need is to be able to be a good technician and also be a good marketer. It's, different types of skills that you need if you're trying to have your own business versus, being an employee or a manager.
Right. I just would like to add to that. Like you just said, if you want to own a carpet cleaning business or whatever, that really the certifications aren't really necessary when you can hire someone that already has the employee mind, or if you hire someone, you can send them. If you don't feel like training them yourself, you can send them to these courses. A lot of the guys that are taking these courses or have received their certifications didn't purchase it on their own. They got sent to these classes by companies that they have worked for. They said, "You know what? I don't feel like sitting around training this guy, so I'll pay $236 for 2 days." You only learn something one day. The next day you take the test, and as long as the check clear, you got a certification. I mean, well, that's the way it was 20-something years ago, because I don't even remember nothing about I took the class too. I think I could teach that instructor something now, but that's between you and I. Right. So if you want to be an employee, or if you want to get hired in this business somewhere for one of the larger companies, like Paul, what's the big restoration company? Paul something.
What is it? Restoration.
Yeah, and then you got ServPro. They in bed with all the insurance companies all over the country. Yeah, you want to get your certification there. But if you want to own a legitimate carpet cleaning, house cleaning business, or restoration business, let me tell you something. Like I said, you want to be in these groups, because that's where you're going to learn how to run a business. You can take these classes, you can send your technicians to these classes. And I keep trying to tell you, still, even then, the IIC is working on it right now too. Everything is moving online. They're getting ready to have online classes. We can do that too. That's man. And I'm scared to what we can teach, like you just said, on the job training, taking videos, showing God. Courtney Lee does it all the time. Like, this is why I'm in this lady's house. This is the situation. These are things that when you go to an IICRC class, they're not going to have those situations that you need to be trained in. That's why these groups are so important. I did a video 3 weeks ago on how to get up red stains. We had over 1,000 views while we were doing it. Now, you got a spotting class with the IICRC, but 1,000 people watched it live in a situation, not a homemade situation where the guy spills brand new fresh Kool-Aid on brand new carpet and like the stain hasn't sat, the dyes haven't sat into the backing of the carpet and all. And then he gives you a little, whatever brand company they're trying to push. Then they suck it right up. That's not teaching you enough. You need those, like you just said, that on-the-job training where you're watching somebody like this stain has been here for like 3 weeks. And this is a lived-on carpet. The lady got the kid, the pets and everything. This is a regular house, and we getting ready to get out this stain. This is how you do it. We had over 1,000 views watching that. I think you have something to offer this industry, Rennie Fennell. Rennie Fennell, you tell us the title of your Facebook group so all the cleaners watching this have the option to join the carpet cleaners, black cleaners. What is it? / restorers?
Yes, it's the Black Cleaners / Restorers page.
Okay. So under this podcast here, you go up to the beginning of your Facebook group there and share the link under this podcast here so they can join one of the newest members of the Carpet Cleaning Unite organization that we're trying to put together so they can come and learn from you. And this will grow your group and you will be known as this Carpet Cleaners Unite operation we're doing grows, so they will know that you're someone that they can speak to or they can join your group, and not just for carpet cleaning and restoring, but even people like you that have a wife that does house cleaning, because then your wife can get on there and put her points of views on how to start a house cleaning business, since there is no certification for that.
Gotcha.
All right. Talk to we getting ready to shut it down. What would you like to add about your group, or where would you like to see your group go? What do you want for your group? What do you see the future of your future's growth, your group's growth?
Well, really, when I was in the pest control industry, and my father was near retirement, and he just started giving away a lot of his accounts, but he wanted to keep me working. So what was going on was he would sub me out to a lot of the other Black pest control owners in our city. And that's what kept me busy and kept me working. And when I moved down here and I started getting into the industry, I noticed that they don't have that type of a network where, if you're slow, I can call Mr. Lloyd, hey, it's slow this month. You got any work that you need to have done? And he can sub me out and pay me, a decent percentage versus, me going to have to quit my job or put the business down to go work as an employee for someone else. I remember when another guy who actually bought one of the Black companies that I was working for, he offered me a job, and I, and he was trying to get me to work for like $15 an hour. And I'm like, well, I get paid, 40% of each job that I do. And the guy laughed. He's like, well, we can't pay you 45%. And I'm like, well, that's what I get paid. He's like, yeah, I understand. You're spoiled. And I was like, wow, because, there was a brother out here who, was willing to pay me well because he could afford to pay me well versus, you wanting to pay me, just these little bit of pennies to be able to, do this job? Well, okay, fine. I'll be spoiled. But I know, that's what a lot of, these major, white companies do. They look out for their own. So why can't we look out for our own? As I said, it's not racial, it's tribal. Every tribe looks out for themselves. That's just a part of nature.
Right. You know what? I don't know how you haven't spoke out or been heard before. I believe you have a lot to offer the industry. The knowledge, the education, the intelligence. And the same way you said it's tribal, we'll start there. And then hopefully we can get to the point where the industry looks at each other as brothers. But we have to start somewhere. And then we have to grow. This industry can either be on its way or it's been in trouble for years. And, when Courtney Lee and guys, how old are you, Rennie? Do you mind telling us? Or
Yeah, I'm 41.
Okay, so you're a younger guy too. So you're not young, but you're young enough to where you can float both ways. You've dealt with the older world and you're dealing with the middle world too. So that's good. Just like Courtney's 37. We need that in the middle area so the young guys can hear you and the older guys can respect you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like the way this is. I've never been more excited in my life to hear people like you, Courtney Lee, Chandler Thompson. He's just a wealth of knowledge. Chad Mays, he was on the quiet side. Now he's starting to come alive. We need to speak out like we're doing. So, guys, you have Rennie Fennell, the Black Cleaners and Restorers Facebook group. It's not just a color thing. He has all creeds in his group. This is an educational thing. So if you want to join part one group that's part of the Carpet Cleaners Unite, that is the group. The other group, of course, is the well-known Cleaners Connect that is ran by Courtney Lee, Chandler Thompson, and my man Chad Mays. And then you got us over here in the carpet cleaning world. You got me and DeAndre Winston from Soap Daddy Products that ranges from everything from cleaning products, the pressure washing products, the carpet cleaning products, whatever you need. He's his own manufacturer / distributor. And he has his products all over Atlanta. Man, it seemed like every good carpet cleaners in Atlanta. All of y'all right there in Atlanta, man. That's crazy. That's good. And, there's a lot of wealth of knowledge, and I hope you take advantage of Rennie Fennell. I wanted to introduce him to the carpet cleaning world so he can get his exposure that he deserves and needs so he can do what he needs to do. We thank you, Rennie, for your knowledge and for taking the time. You didn't have to take the time. You said you just bought a house and you got things going on. See, you're giving back. And I thank you for that. I personally thank you for taking the time to speak with me today because you ain't have to. I ain't nobody. You didn't have to. And we appreciate that. The industry appreciates that. All right, carpet cleaning world. A's stand for applause. Let's give Rennie some A's. He's going to put up the link to his Facebook group. And let's join it. Let's really make Carpet Cleaners unite. This is only the beginning. Thank you. And I'll see you soon.
Signing off.